Welcome, welcome. Greetings, grand rising, good morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I welcome you to the broadcast this morning. I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am your why and soul purpose coach and consultant. I am so excited that you have joined me this morning for this broadcast. For those of you who have not already done so, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you will be able to get access to all of the materials. Also, subscribe to my newsletter by visiting my website, daphneclark.com. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and also on LinkedIn. Be, be kind enough to share the broadcast. For each time I go live, I am on StreamYard, I'm on TikTok, I am on Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course on YouTube. So I am very, very excited to serve you as always. This morning, I will be speaking about keys to building impactful relationships. Keys to building an impactful relationship, especially for those of us who are in business. We have no business unless we can build relationships. So let us bear in mind as we go through this broadcast is that our net worth is greatly tied into our network. And what do I mean by that? It simply means the relationships that we build will be able to take our businesses, our services, or our products much further than our advertising dollars will go. Because what I've found out, my relationships always enhances my business, because even when I'm not in their presence, when relationships are correct, they will speak about who you are and what you do. You don't have to ask them, you don't have to pay them. So make sure that the relationships and the connections that you make are done correctly. Invest in them. And I'm going to be going through some keys this morning. I hope you will jot things down. And for some of you, they will just be affirmations for you because you already do these things. So, hey, Michael, how are you? Michael, I probably need to make you a moderator because you are here at every broadcast. So think about it, Michael. If you'd like to be a moderator, let me know, please, because you're always here, and I could use the help. All right. So, habits for building impactful relationships. Let me see what Michael says. Soon. Okay, Michael, let me know if you want to be a moderator because I don't have any moderators here yet. And I notice every time I go live, you're here and we have been friends. So let me know if you can because I need a moderator. All right. I'll have to wait for his answer. I don't see his answer yet, but let me continue. So at 6:45, we will be doing the water therapy. 6:45. And every morning I go live at 6 a.m. Eastern. 6 a.m. Eastern. All right? So let's begin. And we are talking about keys to building impactful relationships. The first thing in building impactful relationship, you got to be an excellent listener. Listen. There's a reason that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We got to get into the habit of listening. Too often, we meet somebody, whether we go to networking event or not. We used to go to, physical networking. Now we network online, but it doesn't matter. We still need to listen. Practice becoming an excellent listener. Why is listening important? We can only know what value to bring to the person or people when we listen. But too often, we meet somebody and we are so eager to sell them and to talk about ourselves and that, and we don't listen. We don't know anything about them. We are so eager to push our business card. Listen. You won't be able to build impactful relationship. So tell yourself, as of right now, I am committed to becoming a great listener. Becoming a great listener. Step number 2, I see it as integral and vital importance as well, is to get into the habit of asking the right questions. You meet somebody, you listen to them, you ask them the right questions. So in other words, it's like an interview. You get into the habit of telling yourself, when I meet someone for the first time, here is what I want to walk away with. What information do you want to walk away with when you meet somebody? For me, I want to know their names. I want to make sure, what do you want me to call you? How do you like to be addressed? I want to know how long they have been involved in what they are doing. What kind of connections they are looking for that will bring value to their business. I also want to know, how do you see me adding value to you? For me, it is all about them. I make sure I don't have a physical list that I'm reading, but it is embedded in my heart. I know what it is I want to walk away with. So I am always asking the right questions. People who knows me will tell you, oh, she asked the best questions. She asked the best questions. And it's like it's just rolling because I have been doing it for so long that it has become a part of my DNA, if you want to say. It is never about me. It is always about the person that I meet. So it is important to ask the right questions, because not until you ask the right questions will you have the right answers. Okay? Point number 3. Once we begin to work on these relationships, we got to pay attention to the whole person. Don't only focus on the references that they can bring you. Pay attention to the whole person. In other words, what tickles their fancy? Listen, you have a spouse. When is your spouse's birthday? When are your children's birthday? Your anniversary? You worship. Where do you worship? What do you do down in your downtime? What are your hobbies? What do you like to eat? What music you like? What flowers you like? The little things. And because these questions and these conversations are just flowing, people forget that they tell you so. When their birthday or their anniversary comes around and you send them the right flowers or you send the right bottle of wine, that they say, oh my heavens, how did you know that that is my favorite? Only because you have been spending time to invest in the connection and the relationship. You asked the right question, you listened, and because it was important to you, you began to pay attention to the whole person. So this, what we are talking about this morning, it is not rocket science. All we got to know is that remove yourself and focus on the other people. The people that come into your life, pay attention to them. Let them know how important they are. Again, I'm telling you guys, when we do this the right way, we won't have to be spending all that money on Facebook ads and all of the other places that we spending all that money and we get nothing back for our money. Let us build relationship. It is like doing the grassroots work. Let us spend the time to culture and create and nurture the one-on-one relationships. Step number 4, Remember things that's important to the other people or the other person. There are times when we can't remember because what? We never ask. We never ask what's important. Yes, how to know someone is making everything. That's right, Michael. Bam, there it is. For those of you on YouTube, Michael says, I, as a hairdresser, have to learn how to listen, how to know someone to make everything feel special. That's right. That sums it up. And even a bartender. Why do you think when people go to restaurants, most times they go the special time when their special waiter or waitress is working? Because that waiter or waitress make their visit important, and most times they know, is it going to be your usual today or you want to try something new? It's important. We are in the people business and we got to treat it as a treasure. We got to invest in the relationships because our net worth is dependent on our network. I'm telling you, our net worth is tied into our network. So spend the time to cultivate these relationships. Let them be impactful because they will pay more dividend, higher than the marketing dollars that we are spending. So we talked about being a great listener for those that are just joining the broadcast. We talk about asking the right question. Then we spoke about pay attention to the whole person. And now we talk about remember the important things about the person. This is very delicate, however, it is key. Be consistent and manage emotions. Be consistent and manage emotions. Be consistent in managing emotions. Don't be high and low and you go through roller coaster. You got to know yourself. And you know when your energy is not right. You know when your emotions is out of whack. Manage those and be consistently managing them the correct way. This way, when you're not vibrating high, you stay out. You stay away. If you're vibrating low, you take that time to work on yourself. So you're not transferring that energy to the people that you are looking to build these connections and these relationships with. It is important, ladies and gentlemen, no more than ever before. We got to invest in these relationships. They're important. There are many of us who we are so far away from family. We are not in our native lands, and we need to cultivate these amazing relationships. And know what? I've had clients who have said to me, Dr. Daphne, my customers, my clients are more valuable to me than many of my family members and relatives. And you can't blame them, because these relationships has brought so much value and so much richness into our lives. And they are more important, and people see them as more valuable than blood relative. Even in your blood relative, sometimes there is jealousy and hatred because you are doing things that they have not done. And it brings us strife in the family, even siblings. But when you build the right relationships, there is no bond that there is nothing can break that bond between you, because the connection is right. So we talk about the listening. We talk about asking the right question, pay attention to the whole person, remember what's important to the other person. We talk about being consistent with your emotions. Be consistent in managing your emotions. And if I may add, be honest about it. Don't hide it. Things that's negative about you, don't push it under the rug and hide it. As the relationships develop, there are things you know that you can confide in, because every worthy relationship is going to have some part of vulnerability in it. So be honest. Don't let anything spring onto somebody by surprise. You know, there is always a nosy Parker that's going to say, oh, did you know this and that about Daphne? Did you know that about Michael? Did you know? But guess what? Because you already told the individual can say, oh yeah, we talked about that. Oh, that's what the nosy Parker will say. Oh, and they move on. So you make sure you plant the right seeds and do what you got to do. Be open and share when the time is right. Be open and share. I just touched on that a little in the other key point that I was talking about. Be vulnerable. Be honest. Be trustworthy. We are all authentic beings. So regardless of what it is, don't hang around with any shame about it. There got to be somebody in your life that you will be able to talk about things with. For example, for me, I'm not the best housekeeper. You know, I don't like housekeeping. And there are sometimes when I have clutter around. However, there are certain people in my life who I am unapologetic with. They can come to my house whenever, and I'm not embarrassed if there's some clutter in my office or whatever. However, there are other people that I would not bring close to my intimate space. Why? Because they are not part of the inner circle. They are not exposed to my vulnerability. They didn't earn the right. And I did not put this in my notes, but since Spirit drop it on me now to include, I am going to include it. And let me write it on the paper so I don't lose it. This was not the circles. This was not on my notes. But the Spirit wants me to share it, so I want to include it. And I have it at the bottom of my note. All right? So, know when it's time to open up and to share. Because you're not looking to scare people off. You build the relationship and nurture it. And you are going to share what it is that is valuable to the relationship. The next point, I think this is number 7 I'm at now. I lost track. Be genuine. Be confident. Be humble. Be trustworthy. Be positive. And above all, be fun. Have you ever heard it said that, oh, he or she is always the life of the party? Be the life of the party. Be the person that when you are not around, you are missed. You are missed. Oh man. Well, is Daphne coming today? Is John coming today? Oh, I hate when he or she's not here. Because you bring value, you bring the right energy. People know that because you're a genuine, confident, humble, trustworthy, and positive person, they can take your word to the bank. They can take your word to the bank. Whatever you say, they can rely on it. They don't have to say, They know that what you say is above board. So be honest about things. They don't have to second guess because you have a reputable reputation with them. You're above board. Even when somebody's going to try to let you look bad, they can say, no, that is not the Daphne I know. The Daphne I know, if she has something to say to me, she's going to tell me directly. You don't have to come and speak on her behalf. The Michael that I know, the John that I know, is not the person you are talking about. You see, I know them from inside. So be genuine in everything you do. Have the confidence, be humble, be trustworthy, be positive. And I'm going to add there, be honest about everything. And above all, be fun. Be fun. For those of you on Facebook, please comment and let me know who is joining me there. I would greatly appreciate it. And I want to insert the one, no, I'm going to leave it a while. Now, number 8, be non-judgmental. Don't judge people. And let me tell you, I can tell you this from personal experience. When you start working on these new connections and building impactful relationships, people are always going to want to come and tell you something about somebody else. Don't you ever listen to them. Build your own experience with individuals. Get to know folks. Don't gather any information from other people, because people are coming to you based on their experience only. Get to know folks for yourself. If there's something you need to know, the universe will expose and let you know. And that you don't need people to come fill your head up with stuff. Because if you go through these different steps that I spoke about this morning, at every level, you will have time to learn about these people. Because guess what, guys? Building impactful relationship is not an overnight process. It takes time. You got to invest in the relationships. So you don't have to be in a rush. You got to warm up to the person. And the more you invest, the more time you spend, the more conversations you have, the easier it will become for people to talk to you and to tell you what's going on. So do the work. Do the work. Regardless of their past, don't judge people. Do not judge people. And don't judge yourself either. Be authentic, be honest about what your experiences have been. We all have our different journeys. We have our experiences, past and present. Let the past be history. Do not let it hold you or have a noose around your neck. When you do the work, when you do the ground floor work in building these relationships, it will be worth it. Now, number 9, I know in my title on YouTube says 10 keys, but I think we're gonna have to give you a couple of bonuses because the spirit just dropped a couple more keys on me. So you guys are blessing. You are being blessed this morning with bonuses. Continue to tap the screen. Continue to show love. All right. We just mentioned about don't be judgmental. Listen, this I had to include this because I have a friend, and she said to me years ago, she says, sis, when you leave this earth, you're going to be taking a lot of people's secret with you. She said, not only your clients, but regular people who are not your clients, she said. And I said, why you say that? She said, girl, no matter what anybody tell you, you never repeat it. And I had to include this in here, in these steps to building impactful relationship. And here it goes. Be the person that can be trusted with their biggest secret. As a businesswoman, I can tell you, I have clients that discuss certain things with me and share certain things with me that nobody in their family, not even their spouse, knows about them. And they know because after working with me, they know that their secret is safe with me. They know that I will not betray them. They know I will not share it with anybody. And there are certain things that I turn the recording off if we're going to talk about that. This way, the client will have the confidence in knowing that they can trust me with their deepest secret or their greatest secret. Grand rising, queen. So be the person that can be trusted with your connection, greatest or biggest secret. You be that person. And even if something happens to that relationship and it becomes sour or bitter, you still have the responsibility to keep that secret. You do not have the right to expose that person. You got to always keep it close to your vest because you made that commitment. So before I share the other 2 points, I want to just summarize what we covered so far. We spoke about being a great listener, ask the right questions, pay attention to the whole person, remember things that are important to the other individual, be consistent in managing your emotions, be open to share when the time is right, be genuine, confident, humble, trustworthy, positive, and fun. Be non-judgmental. And number 9 is be the person that can be trusted with their biggest secret. Now, number 10, and then there is one bonus, the one that the Spirit dropped on me. Number 10, always be willing to add value. Always be willing to add value. You're always going the extra mile. Hear me out. Not to get value. Be willing to give value. Always. Because when we give, the universe compensates us. When we give, the universe compensates us. So be willing to give value always. Be willing to give value always. Don't be thinking about, oh, what can I get from John? Ooh, oh, I got to get John in my network because John knows this person and that person and the other person. No. Who do you know that you can introduce John to? And when you do right by John, there is no way other than John doing right back to you. So do the work. Do the work. Make sure that you are willing to add value always. All right. Before I give you the bonus ones, one is it is now 6:41. So get your water. Get your water. We are getting ready to do the water therapy. It is now 6:42. For those of you that are new, get your water. And then when you bless your water over on TikTok, you put ready and we will do the water therapy together. What is water therapy? Water therapy is when we supercharge our water. We meditate over it, pray over it, bless it, speak positive energy into our water, and we drink it. So what are we asking for? Are we asking for spiritual guidance? Are we asking for healing? Are we asking for strength? Whatever it is that we require, we ask of the water. And because water is fluid, it goes all through our body. All the cells, all the organs, all the nucleus in our body and blesses us. Hello. Was you just reading? Read it again. Okay, I'll summarize. You want me to summarize again? I'll do that before I go to the bonus point number 11. I'll summarize again. However, subscribe to the YouTube channel and you'll get everything there. Just click on the link tree in my bio. So what is it you are looking for? Speak it to your water and then put ready over on TikTok and then we'll do it together. So go ahead. Speak to your water, what it is you are asking of it. I give thanks to this water because I know it will go to all of my organs and it will supercharge them so that they will be operating in an optimum way. If there's anything that's lurking in my body that does not need to be there, the water will attack it at the root. Any healing that I need, I will have that. And I'm just giving thanks that I can have the advantage of this water. So for those that are participating, go ahead, put ready over on TikTok. If you're ready, put ready so that we can do that. If you are just starting the water therapy, start your journaling practice that goes along with it. And go ahead and put ready. You do not have to be on here. You can do it on your own when you're not here. The important thing is to be consistent with it. Already, let's drink. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for participating. Thank you so very much. And let me just summarize. Thank you for participating. And please, come back and share some of the advantages that you have derived. Somebody over on TikTok wants me to summarize. So let me just summarize the points that I went through. The topic is habits for building impactful relationships. And number one, be a great listener. Ask the right questions. Pay attention to the whole person. Remember things that are important to others. Be consistent in managing your emotions. Be open to share when the time is right. Be genuine, confident, humble, trustworthy, positive, and fun. Be non-judgmental. Be the person that can be trusted with the other person's biggest secret. Number 10, always be willing to add value. And now, for the bonus, remember I told you in the midst of doing the spirit drop, another one on me that I did not include in my notes. And here is it. Are you guys ready for the bonus? Know that every person who comes into your life is important. Over my life, I have 3 circles that I assign people to. Let me get a piece of paper. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you guys what I mean. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so on YouTube you're not seeing it, but I think on TikTok you can see. So the three circles. So for the sake of those that are on TikTok, the I have three circles, and of course these are mental. I have a small circle in the middle that I refer to as my inner circle. That's the circle that the people that I don't mind if they see my clutter and stuff, they know everything about me. That's the inner circle. That is the smallest circle. Okay? Then I have a medium-sized circle. Those are close connections. They're not friends. They're close connections. They're clients and stuff like that. They don't get to see my clutter. Then I have a big outside circle. All right? The big outside circle is where everybody you meet is like a warehouse. That's where everybody who enter your life, they come in and they are in that big circle. The big circle. And guess what? Over the years, over the months, you start to move people around. You move them around. So you're going to move people from the outer. You're going to move people from that big circle, and they're going to get elevated to the middle, the second circle. You make the rules, because guess what? These people don't know that you have these three circles. So this is for you. And as you go through building this relationship, you know what circle people are in. You know what will advance them to the other circle. The inner circle, the small circle, are my close friends, confidant, my mentor, my coaches. Those are the people that knows me inside out. My coaches, my mentor, my confidant, and my close friends. Those are the tiny circle. Those are the people who know you completely, total nakedness. They know everything about you. Unapologetic. You don't have to filter for the people that's in the inner circle. It takes time. It takes time for people to get into that inner circle. And it takes investment too. Because you got to pay for the coaches, you got to pay for the mentor. The good friends and confidants don't cost any financial investment. However, the years is longevity. Longevity is what promotes them into that tight inner circle. And for me, it so happens that although the confidants and the close friends aren't paid financially to be in that small circle, but because of their closeness with me, they end up knowing who my mentors and coaches are. And there are times when my mentor and my coaches would say to me, well, how does X feel about this or Y? Have you discussed it with them? Because they are not in that small circle as a professional, but my coaches and my mentors know how important those relationships are to me. And for that reason, they become part of that conversation. You understand? You guys getting me on that? So that's the bonus, because when I prepared this talk, I did not include that point in it. But as I was going through, universe dropped it on me and said, you need to share that with the people. They need to understand about those three circles and know that everybody who enter into your life does not have access to every part of who you are. In other words, you got to pay your dues. You got to pay your dues too. And the reason that some people go through so much betrayal and let down is because they don't have any filter. They tell everybody everything, and people don't need to know everything. They got to earn the right. It's like a keynote speaker doing a presentation. You don't share your whole story to that audience. Once you get the contract, you learn about the audience and you only share the part of your story that will be relevant to that audience. It's the same thing when you are building relationships. So create those circles for yourself. And you use that as your guide to see when people shift over from the big circle to the middle circle. The inner circle is taking time over the years. All right? So, again, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is your opportunity to do so. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on LinkedIn. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I go live every day at 6 a.m. Eastern for my regular YouTube broadcast. And then those of you on TikTok, you'll see me on different times during the day. Over on TikTok, we have 340 videos on gratitude. We will be collecting orders for the physical journal, which will be manufactured. And my intention is to get it in people's hands so you can have it to give as Christmas gifts. So I hope that you will support that. I'm going to be working with my team, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, to find a manufacturer for the journal. All right? We are only doing pre-orders because they are limited edition. It is my first journal, so they will be limited edition. And I've invested, when I said 340 this morning, the number felt so good to know that for 340 days I have been consistent in doing the gratitude. So I'm excited about that, and I hope that you will take advantage to get once it go out on sale, take advantage to own one of the journals. So again, I'll see you back on YouTube tomorrow morning. Stay blessed. I hope this time that you spent today was valuable. I'm Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson, your why and soul purpose coach, consultant, and mentor. For those of you who are looking for an intuitive reading, go ahead and text me at 203-885-5093 so that you can get your intuitive reading. All of my work is done by setting a private appointment. So you need to text me and then we will take it from there. Stay blessed, stay safe, and above all, stay committed to what you are doing. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get access to all of the material. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next broadcast. Bye.